On today's episode,
Dad's gonna come. I've been working on this, which I'm not going to tell you about. By torque down, I mean ugga with an impact. Good afternoon, everyone. I was able to get off work a little bit early today, which means I get to come home and work on the car. I don't really have a set plan for this video, but we have a bunch of little things that need to get done. Each job is maybe like a 5 to 30 minute job, so we're just gonna see how many of those we can knock out in one video. If you guys see right now, I've got the car off the jack stands, which is only temporary, but I wanted to see one thing because I told you guys before that we installed this chassis mounted shifter and I don't have second or fourth. And I was thinking maybe it had something to do with the jack stands because this car is very flimsy. It's very rusty. It's not in good shape. And when it was on the jack stands, I could definitely tell that it was bending because that's why my driver's door was sticking and didn't want to open or close. Now you can see once it's off the jack stands, it opens and closes perfectly fine. So I thought maybe with it being a chassis mounted shifter, maybe it had something to do with it, which it still might because we installed it when the car was jacked up, which you'd think maybe it would work when it was jacked up, but I don't know. But I just wanted to try that, and we'll probably take it apart again and try to redo it, which unfortunately we're gonna have to do when the car is up again. But I want to try and do that and reinstall it, but just loosely reinstall it instead of fully tightening it to see if we can maybe move the mount around to help with the shifting, because it still doesn't feel right. There's something off. I don't know what it is. If you guys know, please let me know down in the comments what I'm missing. The other thing is I've got the battery out because I am painting the battery tray finally. So that's gonna look nice. That's gonna be all done. A lot of this is just, like I said, just very simple things. I've got so much trash in here I need to clean out, but I've got the drive shaft ready to go. So I think if we get the shifter thing sorted out, we're gonna put the drive shaft in. Once the drive shaft goes in, I can work on the exhaust. I'm still waiting on my front coilovers, but other than that, everything suspension wise is done. I got the front and rear sway bar links replaced. I did it a long time ago. I don't know if I ever told you guys. One thing we have to do, which is gonna be super easy, is I realize, I don't know if you guys can see, you can definitely can. When we installed the rear axles, we never tightened the axle nut because it's like a 31, 32 millimeter, and I didn't have one, and I forgot about it for the longest time. We did that, I don't know, probably 6 months, a year ago, something like that. It was a long time that we put these in, so it's a good thing I noticed it when I was putting the wheels on, because I put them on and I was like, why does this feel like there's a lot of play? And then I was like, oh shit. So we're gonna do that. I Googled that it was a 30 millimeter, so I went and bought a 30 millimeter. It's not, it's bigger, so I've got to go buy a couple more sockets, which is fine. It doesn't hurt, stock toolbox, but we're gonna do that. These are the new wheel studs that I put on, which you can see are very long, just like the fronts. And I got that for a couple reasons. Studs are easier than bolts because I don't have to try and hold the wheel up and get a bolt threaded through. And see, I got very not aggressive wheels because I wanted room to space them out as needed. So I'm gonna be running spacers. You can't really tell on the front because it's so high, but there's still room to work with. So I got them, they're like 30 millimeters longer or something like that. So I can run a big spacer and get the wheels nicely where I want them. But the car's looking good. You guys can probably tell I'm sorry this is just a lot of me talking and recapping, but I just got done working a 60-hour work week, 110-hour pay period. So I've just been working on the car when I've had a spare 15 minutes. Outside of the grills and kidneys, this is all fully mounted. I got new hardware and everything for the valence, so it's all solid and ready to go. Bumper's mounted just like it was before. It's okay. I assume it's gonna fly off at some point. which is fine because it's destroyed. It's going to be getting refreshed probably over the winter or something whenever I decide to actually paint this car, which is not anytime soon. I think I have seals for the door. I don't know what condition they're in, but any condition is better than no condition as far as I'm concerned, especially because, let's see if you guys can see this. Oh yeah, you can. Look, oh, too far. Look at that gap. So there's water getting in the car. There's been water getting in the car, and my car cover does not like to stay on, mostly because it's a tarp, not a car cover. But anyways, okay, I think that's enough talking. I'm gonna throw a couple more layers of paint on this, and then we're gonna see what else we can get into. My paint job on this is absolutely horrendous, but I don't care. It's a battery box. No one's ever gonna see it, literally. All right, so while that paint's drying on that, I have started working on the clutch feed adapter, which, just to catch you guys up to speed, this is my Chase Bay's brake booster eliminator. You can see I got all the brake lines going to it. And so what I do is I take this clutch feed adapter, which is this line right here, and it goes into the brake booster, and that's what's going to give me my clutch fluid. So down here in this bird's nest, we've got my clutch master cylinder up here, which I'm going to have to take off because I should have done this before I installed the pedals, but I didn't. And I've got this little barb down here that has to go into the clutch master cylinder up there. Basically, the brake fluid in the brake booster eliminator goes through that, goes into the clutch master cylinder. From there, when you push the pedal, it sends that down to the clutch slave cylinder with the line that I've already got hooked up, and then that goes into the actual clutch. So it should be super simple. It was pretty hard getting that fitting onto here. You could, hold on. You can see how much it's bowed out because this is a big barb for whatever reason. So I'm gonna see if I can find a place in here to get you guys set up. I might just prop you up against like a bin or something like that. And it should be pretty easy to get this master cylinder out because I didn't actually fully tighten it because, well, I don't really know why. So let's go ahead and get that out. And then there's a little rubber grommet in there that we have to pull out and put over the other end of that barb, and then just push the whole ensemble in there. Should hopefully be easy, but I know when I say that, usually the easy things are hard, so let's go. So I did get one win. That socket I got worked, and I got the axle nuts all torqued down, and by torqued down I mean ugga-dugged with an impact. So I'm gonna take a little break right now and get some food, and I might come back out and work on something, or if you see me in a different shirt, I came back a different day. All right, I came back to it after getting something to eat, and I got it. I think, I don't know. It looks like it's in. Is it gonna hold? I have no idea. It might leak. The grommet's not in the best shape, but I also couldn't even really find just a replacement grommet. I'd have to get a whole new master cylinder, which seems kind of silly. So I'm just gonna try this and see if it works. Once we get fluid in it, we'll know if it actually holds or not, and I can just redo the whole thing then. But for now, I guess we'll run it and see how it goes. All right, we have a few days later. We're back. I've made a little bit of progress on the car. If you guys don't know, I'm actually going to be going to NC E30 Oktoberfest in October. So they're doing a challenge right now. It's 30 for 30 challenge. Basically every day for the next 30 days, you got to work on your car for 30 minutes or more. So I've been doing that, but a lot of it's been at night at work because I've been working like 12, 13, 14-hour days. So it's been happening at like 9 p.m., which is awful for filming. But let me go over some of the stuff I've been doing. I had some window seals, I guess. I didn't know I had them. They're obviously very old. They're probably original or something like that. But they work, and they're better than nothing. And I no longer have a gap over there, which means I shouldn't have rain coming in anymore, which is really nice. I've been working on this, which I'm not going to tell you about because I'm going to make a full video on it, because it's going to be a whole big project. It's going to be very cool, and I want to have a dedicated video to it because it's going to be not game changing for the E30 because people have done it before, but people haven't done it the way I'm doing it, and if it works, it will be very cool. I also got my clutch feed adapter installed, which was a little bit more of a pain in the butt than I thought it was going to be, but that's done. One thing that we're going to do real quick is I realized none of these bolts for like the brake lines and stuff down there are tight, and obviously that's going to be really bad when we put fuel in it, or not fluid, when we put brake fluid in it. And I've been working down here on the pedals. I got a lot of the wires just zip tied up out of the way, just so it was easier to work down here on the pedals. I got the other end of the clutch feed installed on the master cylinder. So this has a little bit of play up here, but obviously there's no fluid in it. But this now is fully functional. I got my brake pedal doing the same thing. It's hooked up to the brake booster eliminator. And I got here, hold on. I got new pedal bushings there and back over there, which eliminated all of the side-to-side play. I have a pedal, which we're going to throw on. It's literally going to take like 5 seconds, but I'm waiting on the mount. It's coming all the way from Canada, so it's probably not going to be here until next week, so we'll finish that up in the following video, but we'll at least get the pedal on and kind of get this thing as close to done as possible. I also have a couple springs that are going to be showing up, which are going to be for the throttle and the brake for the return springs. I showed you guys that we finished up the I forgot I didn't fully mount those. We'll do that in this video too. I got the throttle linkage all done. It's good. It's still not like in there right, but it's tight, and I adjusted this and tightened it more. It might need to be tightened a little bit more, but I think it's good. The throttle feels pretty good right now, but once I get the pedal in and we actually have the car running and everything like that, we'll know for sure if it needs to be adjusted. But so far that's good. So right now the pedals are done for the time being, and we just have to wait on some more parts to arrive. So what I want to do now, since I saw that these fell off, is I want to get this finished up because I've done the grill, I've done the valence, I've done the bumper, I've done everything else. So I'm just going to see if the local auto parts store has some, I think they're either called spring clips or U-clips or U-springs or something like that, that are just going to go over that. And I might see if they have a couple more bolts for these as well, because I forgot I need some of those as well. So I'm going to run and see if we can get that. And yeah, we'll get that knocked out, and that'll be one more thing we can check off the list. So I actually dug a little bit deeper in my hardware and found 4 of the spring clips that I need, that I think are the original ones that go right here. But you can see they're pretty grody, so I'm going to take them up here and hit them with a wire wheel and clean them up a little bit, and probably blast them with some black paint just so they kind of blend in. And now we don't have to go to the hardware store, so that's sick. I apologize, my mic was not on for that entire thing, but we got this mounted. I got some new hardware for the headlights, and I used those spring clips for here. It's good. I still need to try and figure out something to do for here. I need to try and find some like smaller U-clips or something, but it's good enough. It's not going to fall off. I had these bolts that I put in place of the zip ties, so this is actually like hard mounted now. And you can see in my hand, I've got the throttle pedal, so I can literally get that installed in the next 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now obviously it's not actually installed. I'm waiting for this mount as I told you, so that's just gonna go, I don't exactly know where. That's the problem with this being a patch, is I don't know where exactly it's supposed to go. You know, it looks like it could go here, or it could go, you know, all the way up here or whatever. But I'm assuming it's, I don't know. Let me see if anyone online has like measurements or, you know, in relation to any of this stuff where it'll go. But that's all going to be in probably either the next video or the following video, because I told you guys I'm going to be doing that secret project. That will be its own dedicated video, but I don't know if I'll run into any obstacles, so that one might be the video after, and the rest of the throttle will be next video, because that stuff should be arriving Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I'm also going to be taking a couple days off of work, so I'll have plenty of time to make a lot of progress on this. I may have showed you guys too, I've also started labeling a lot of the wiring and making sense of a lot of it. There's a lot of, I don't know if you can see them anywhere, but there's a lot of like clips and stuff underneath the dashboard and like on the steering column for various sensors and stuff, which is super nice, because that means I don't have to like just zip tie it to something or whatever. They have like little prongs and they'll just kind of slide into it. I think I have one installed. I'll show you real quick. Like this one right here, it just slides on right there, which is super nice. And then there's this cluster up here on the steering column. So there's stuff like that. That one too, you can see. So a lot of it's just figuring out where those go. So it's not bad. Dad's gonna come, we're gonna work on the wiring, and we're gonna try firing this thing up. Obviously we need fluids, and we need to finish the electrical and figure out where a few other things go. But other than that, I think it's time to try and fire this thing. That's going to do it for this video though. I know it was really just a lot of me talking and kind of updating you guys on the car, but you'll have to bear with me. We're doing a big project at work, and I've literally been working like 50 to 60 hour weeks. So I've just been kind of coming home at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night and working on the car whenever I have some time. A lot of it's just been in the dark, and I've not been able to film it anyways. So I hope you guys don't mind still just getting updates of me talking about it and just doing a little work here and there. We're done with that project now, so starting the day after this video comes out, I'm back to my normal schedule, so you guys are going to see a lot more, and we're going to make some huge progress very soon. So thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.